Can you please mind your own business?
We now return to Mind Your Own Business on Dzrj810 AM, the voice of the Philippines. Here are your hosts, Nicole Jacinto and Nikki De Vega.
Howdy folks, this is Nicole Jacinto. It is now 11:15 in the morning. Nikki De Vega is not able to join me today. She has an emergency to attend to, but don't worry, for all of Nikki's fans out there, she is okay. She is just being her usual good, kind self, her kind giving self, and helping out some other people. Anyway, today we really wanted to discuss tips on how to be more productive for our entrepreneurs out there, or people who listen, who are at work, who just feel like they're in a rut, and maybe they feel they're not producing enough work. Maybe your boss is always, maybe you feel that your boss is expecting more of you even though you're giving your all. And you know what? It's just not nice to get down on yourself. It's not a good thing to have low self-esteem. But if you do feel like you could use a little help, and maybe become a little bit more organized about the way you do things, there are some tips that we've collected here from the experts, and then I just have a few tips of my own. And if you have tips of your own that you'd like to share with our other listeners, call us at 897-8374, 895-4460, or text us at type RJAM, that's all caps, space your message, and send it to 2256. Now, you know, recently, actually, I'll tell you a personal experience. I've been experiencing some low productivity. That was a few weeks ago, about a month ago. And it was a struggle for me because I really wanted to do more work. I wanted to put out more work, deliver more results, and go forward in terms of not just being reactive to things that happen in business and at work, but being proactive. And one of the things that I started doing was that I'm starting to learn how to use a new computer. Now, I'm an I'm a pretty old person, and I'm not a techie at all. But I realized that I have to learn these things, and that I can use equipment or new gadgets that can really help me be productive. On the other side of the coin, though, some of these things can just act as toys, and you can also waste a lot of your time using them. So anyway, okay, let's go to the first 10 tips that will help you be more productive at work, okay? Now, this is taken from an article by Lisa Zaslow, okay? So, her first tip is to change your ways. Now, what exactly does that mean? Change your ways. When we're talking about changing your ways in order to be more productive at work. Okay, well, she says to make a habit of getting organized. Spend a few minutes every day to create order from chaos. Even 5 minutes will make a difference, and 15 minutes could transform your life. Okay, so let's examine that a little bit more closely. Change your ways. Make a habit of getting organized. You know, when you get up in the morning, if you feel that all your thoughts are just jumbled together, you've gone to sleep the night before thinking of all the things you have to do. When you wake up, you know you have to do this. Sometimes most of the time, your thoughts really work faster than your body can. And you have to perform all these tasks and routines in the morning. Like when you get up, you go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, take a shower, have breakfast, whatever it is. And then when you get to work, what do you do? What do you do? Do you just jump into it? Do you start talking to people? It's also best to put some kind of routine there and to have some time for yourself. Just spend 5 minutes planning your day. If you haven't already planned it the day before, or put your to-do things in your planner, just think, okay, remind yourself when you get to work, today I need to get these things done. And don't overdo it. Don't put like 21 things on your list of to-dos for the day. I've done that. I still do that sometimes. If they're very simple things, then okay, so be it. But most of the time, the recommendation that people have is to put 3 to 5 things that you would like to get done for the day, because there are only so many hours in a day, and you're not just a person who works. You're also a family member, maybe a mother, a father, a son, a brother, a sister, and you've got to take care of your other personal business, and you have to cram all of those things into one day. But when it comes to work, and if you want to be productive, be a little bit patient with yourself and take the time to plan. So spend 5 minutes a day trying to create order from the chaos that you wake up to. And if you spend 15 minutes doing this, it could actually transform your life. You will notice it. Be patient with yourself. Just make a habit of doing that every day. If it's difficult to do that every day, maybe you can try that every other day and, figure out a system for yourself. Okay, so that is the first tip. Now, the second tip is to clear clutter. That makes a lot of sense. Just like clearing your mind of clutter and making a habit of getting organized every day, you should clear actual clutter in your workplace. Actually, I recommend this even for your room. And if you work at home, like I do, I bring my work home sometimes, which some people don't recommend. But hey, a lot of us do it. Especially entrepreneurs. You're always on the go. You're always thinking. You're always You're always thinking of the next step, and your mind never stops working. So anyway, here it is. Clear clutter. Make room on your desk. Remove all supplies and gadgets that you don't use every day. So if you've got a book there that's been sitting there for like 2 years and you haven't read it yet, even if it's a business book or a book on accounting, maybe there's some kind of, cute little figurine, a present from a client that you haven't opened since last Christmas, get rid of it. Ball pens that are already of no use. There's no more ink. There's no more tint. Maybe pencils that are stubs. Things that you don't use anymore, get rid of it. Okay, remove all supplies and gadgets that you don't use every day. Toss out ancient history on your bulletin board. That's another thing. A lot of us really don't pay attention to our bulletin boards. I mean, we pay attention when we see the latest thing or when there's a memo up there. And then we forget about it, even if it's been implemented or there's a new memo already that supersedes the previous memo. We still leave the old things there. And really, that's something that we should learn how to do. Toss out ancient history on your bulletin board. If you've already done it, check it off your list, cross it out, rip up the paper, throw it. Do whatever it takes to make you feel like you've accomplished it, but get rid of it. Don't keep it in your mind, because when there's clutter on your desk, clutter on your bulletin board, clutter around you, this actually affects the way you think and the way you feel. Now, here's another tip. Clean out old post-its on your computer. Now, a lot of us do this. We put post-its on our computer. They're like, mini bulletin boards, post-its on our desk to remind us of things. If you really have some very important information on that post-it, perhaps you can leave it on your desk. I used to do that. I still do that sometimes. Like, let's say the password to something that you keep forgetting. But it's also a good idea to keep very important information in places that are more secure, where they can be more confidential. Like, let's say, you put it on your telephone or in your notebook of some kind. But if you've already done it and the post-its are, just there for decoration, clean them out. Uncover your horizontal surfaces. It's really good to see clean, streamlined surfaces at work. It helps declutter your mind also. Clear off credenzas, tables, and the tops of bookshelves, because sometimes we leave junk on the tops of bookshelves. If you're, for example, if in your office you're a lawyer, you have a lot of books, you'll see like little decorative items there, maybe a jar from last Christmas, maybe even some dead flowers. Some people have that in their office. Clear that all out. Treat it like your home or your room. You just want to make a general cleaning every so often, like spring cleaning, and then just keep up the habit of clearing clutter every so often, and that will help you become more productive at work, because it'll give you a certain mindset. Okay, we're ready for a short break. It's time to take in the traffic and weather report, the traffic and weather update from Michael of traffic.com, and we also have a report. No, okay, that's just the traffic and weather update from Michael of traffic.com. We'll be right back. Stay tuned to Mind Your Own Business on Dzrj 810 AM, the voice of the Philippines.
Can you please mind your own business?